What is up, guys? We're back with another Grounded 2 World update. I wanted to show you guys a couple of builds I've been working on. Starting off with the bridge. I'm really proud of this build, and it took a lot of mushrooms to make it. I kind of left it with not much detail because it was a pain building it so high up using the scaffolding, and there's like really not an easy way to decorate it or like design it better. Right now it's alright. The design is pretty simple. The top portion was already done before on the last video, and the bridge leads from the main base all the way to the greenhouse. So it's pretty useful for when I farm fireflies or when I want to grab stems. Okay, next I want to show you the start of my town. Alright, so I have 2 house designs so far. I want to build at least 2 more designs and then copy and paste wherever. For the design, we got mushroom and pine walls going. We got pine and feather roofs on top. I also tried to add decorations outside, for example, like these boxes in the pots. These were pretty easy. You just gotta build off grid if you want it to be at a certain position. And also I made street lamps. They work at night. They have the mannequin with the mining helmets. So if you switch it to headbanger, I think that's what the emote's called, it will direct the light to the floor so it looks like it's lighting it up. I wish they could make it where you are able to change the color of what your mining helmet shows. So like right now it's green. I wish that I'm hoping that they can allow more customizations for that, so I can change it to the same color as the torches that I usually have on my base. And if you head over here, I try to decorate with the garden plots, but I think the plants are too separate, so it might feel like it's a little bit empty or like not as compact that the way that I want it to be. Right over here I made a cart. There's really not a wheel like thing in this game in terms of decoration, so it's kind of wheelless. But I got the crate, I got a pot in here, the easy decorations, which is like the haystack. And then I have this like a ruin type build in front of the teleporter. Very small though, but it works. Then I made this bench over here. I wish that I can make it better, but if you cannot obstruct the chair, or else you won't be able to sit on it, so it won't function. So I decided I wanted a functional bench than a non-functional one. That might look good or not. And if you head over here, right over here I have a water tower. Before I had 3 Drew collectors. They were pretty good, but the middle one stopped working for some reason. The amount of water that 3 makes is too much, and then already the 2 Drew collectors filled this up, and really you just need 2. Anyways, let's check on the base right over here. It's mostly the same up here. Towards my brick forging area, there's a new building. It's a mushroom farm. I had to make one because the mushrooms over by the war ant hill wasn't keeping up with my build, so I made it on my own farm. It provides me about 300 mushrooms. I can add another layer if I wanted to, like right below this one, so I can chop it from on top and also chop these, and then anything that's left over I just chop from under here. And then all the way over here, I did tore down my berry farm because my wall that was supposed to be right here was going to be in the way. So I need to figure out a spot where to put it. Other than that, I have made a couple more layers down here so I can farm more bricks. So it's just a bunch of layers of more forge. This is probably the last layer because, or any more than this is more than enough. Okay, so this is the last build I'm going to show you. It's a tower connected to the bridge. It has a calipator here as a roommate. Up the stairs is a web bouncer elevator, so I can get home much more easily. It's supposed to work, sometimes it doesn't, but just like that. And I gotta make a way to come back normally instead of having to walk over here. But it works decent enough. Anyways, I think that's pretty much it in terms of all builds I have so far. The other base has not changed, it's the same. I'm spending most of my time over here in the garden. I can show you how much gold cards I have. I have about 50, I have about 45, and this is what they look like. So I don't really focus on gold cards that much, mostly building, but maybe in the future I will try to get the Trapper Peeper unlocked at level 3. Alright, so I'm pretty much done showing you all my builds. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I usually just run whenever I play the game. I have the Double Fangs, Pinchwhacker. I just picked this up. This is actually a really good weapon. I forgot about this, honestly. This is just basically for most of the things that are very weak to slashing, and like the mantis and the beetles. I only picked up the weather sting because of wasp. They're not very difficult, but when you fight the orgs or the ogres, they are so annoying with the heals because they're so bulky. So I decided just to run this so it can decrease their defense and their healing. That's the only use for this weapon right here. While this is pretty good on every single bug because it just does a lot of damage. Especially since you fight annoying, like things that are very annoying to fight are like fireflies, since they are kind of grouped in together. So if one hits you, it slows you down, and then the other one can hit you unless you dodge. Meleeing them is kind of annoying because they back up when you try to get close to them, and stunning them, I think it takes like about like 5 or 6 swings of the Pinchwhacker, so that's not very good against them. So I use the Great Bow instead. But it's very expensive in terms of arrows because I use pines for basically all my builds, and that's what it needs. And the trinkets that I use for battling is Axel's Night Stalker's Vein, because I have the 2 double daggers with Venom. This Venom just helps me out a little bit more. It's better than the crit for the cricket in my opinion, because sometimes I ain't critting, I'm real. I just feel like this is more consistent in my opinion. Even if I get at least 1 crit, that's a decent amount of damage from this trinket. And then for my armor, I usually run Lucky Hat or Mining Helmets, so I can farm more easy and I don't have to carry a torch. More damage. This is probably one of the best armor pieces in the game in my opinion. But whenever I'm just like roaming around collecting resources, I usually just leave behind the staff and bow, because then it comes to a point where like there's just too many items in my inventory to gather anything. Because I like to gather a lot of things when I'm outside, and my inventory fills up pretty fast. Anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next 100-day video. Bye bye.